Today's video is sponsored by Trading 212. They allow you to invest in real stocks and ETFs for free, and if you use our code, then you can get one stock worth up to 100 euros for free.
Today's video, I want to talk about how my relationship with one of my watches has completely changed. And it's pretty much down to the idea of not every watch needs to be an everyday watch. Welcome back to Buck and Jack. I'm Adrian. This chance is about me exploring watches, drinking coffee, chatting with you guys. And today I'm in New York. I'm here for the Global Red Bar meetup, which has been pretty damn cool. If you want to support the channel, just hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so you can get notifications. Today I want to talk about how my relationship has changed with one of my watches. And the watch is my Grand Seiko. It's a quartz watch, so it was a bit of a wild card when I got it. And I didn't really bond with the watch, but recent events have changed and I now absolutely love the thing. It's a Grand Seiko SBGN001. When I bought the watch, well, the thing that was stopping me from buying the watch was I was concerned that I wasn't going to connect to the watch on like an emotional level. I really like the kind of poetic connection that you have with the mechanical watch, because there's like this mutual requirement between each other. You want to tell the time and the watch can tell you the time, and the watch probably wants to stay alive, and you keep the watch alive. But with a quartz watch, there isn't that requirement. It tells you the time, of course, but it doesn't need you, and so there isn't that kind of poetic connection. Let's talk quickly about the sponsor of this video.
So Trading 212 is a way that you can actually own a share in one of your favorite companies. Now, Trading 212 democratizes the financial markets by letting anyone invest in thousands of real stocks and ETFs for free. You just need to get the app, open an account, and start investing without paying any fees or commissions. If you use our code, then you can get one stock worth up to 100 euros for free. Let's get back into the video.
So the SBGN001 is powered by the 9F quartz movement. This is a hyper-accurate GMT quartz watch. Now this particular one has a limited edition dial which has etching in it, and it has the yellow detailing. Overall, it isn't a particularly versatile watch because of the yellow detailing and the very, very sporty look. And so when I've tried to connect with this watch, I compare it to my other watches. The main watches that I wear are Rolex Explorer and Rolex Submariner. Both very versatile watches, and in comparison, relatively boring watches. The yellow detailing makes it quite limiting with what sort of outfits you could wear with the watch, and so it doesn't get a huge amount of wrist time. Because of that, I've always liked the watch, that's without a doubt, but because it's not had a huge amount of wrist time, it's made me question how long the watch is going to stay within my collection. Does it actually serve a purpose? Or can I justify having a watch of that value just because I'm impressed with what it's able to do? So recently what's changed is that I've been traveling. So I've just been to Shanghai via Dubai. Dubai was, I think, 3 hours ahead of GMT. Shanghai is 7 hours ahead of GMT. And now I'm in New York, which is GMT minus 5 hours. This watch has a GMT function on it, and it's been massively useful just being able to glance. When you're traveling just to one time zone, it's not too difficult to calculate it on the fly what the time is back home. But when you're going through multiple time zones, it's really useful just to be able to glance and just, there it is. Especially with this particular watch, changing the time as you're going through different time zones is really very, very easy. This also has a mechanism inside that allows the time zone to be changed and for it to go through the date function as well. Back and forth through the date function. It doesn't damage the watch. Some watches it can damage it. So the GMT function has proved itself to be obviously really very useful when traveling, but lots of watches have a GMT function, so that's not particularly special for this watch. So then I think the accuracy is where this watch comes into play. This is limited edition 9F movement, which is actually accurate to 5 seconds a year, which is pretty damn impressive. But the reality is that a good mechanical watch is accurate within 4 seconds a day, and 4 seconds isn't really going to make much difference when you're trying to capture flight, right? It's neither here nor there. So then the next thing comes into play, and that's the fact it's a quartz movement. The fact it's quartz just proved itself to be so incredibly reliable. If it was a mechanical watch, if I was traveling with my Explorer, for example, and I was on an 8-hour flight and I fell asleep for 7 hours, and I had to get off the flight quickly to get a connecting flight, then I can't really trust that the Explorer didn't die during that sleep. And so I'd have to always check with my phone and make sure that the watch is actually correct. With a quartz watch, it's not going to die whilst I'm asleep. It's going to keep ticking.
This station is patrolled by uniformed and plainclothes police officers.
So the watch has proven itself so far as the GMT function is useful, the accuracy is it's a hyper accurate watch, which is obviously useful, and then we have the quartz movement, which is reliable. We then have the cherry on top, which is the fact that it's an under the radar watch. Very, very few people will recognize it as being an expensive watch. Even some watch people won't recognize it as being anything particularly special. And when you're traveling around, that is a very useful kind of characteristic of the watch. So basically, this SBGN001 is GMT, hyper accurate, quartz, and under the radar. The perfect travel watch. Now, this watch will never be an everyday watch. It will never dominate wrist time like the Explorer or the Sub. But it doesn't need to be that. That's not its role within the collection. Its role is to be a useful timekeeping tool, and it's proven itself so far as that. To put it into an analogy, it's like having a proper pair of hiking boots or a proper 4x4 like a Defender. A Defender's not particularly a good everyday car, but it's brilliant at off-road. Walking boots don't make good everyday boots, shoes, but they are brilliant at their intended purpose. And so that's what's changed about this watch. I simply used it for its intended purpose and it kicked ass at it. It really has proven itself within the collection, and it is here to stay. I now further regret selling my old Omega Seamaster from 1950s. I sold it because I didn't wear it very much, but I bought it as a dress watch, and when I used it as a dress watch, it worked perfectly for that purpose. So that's what I need to get back again. I need to find myself a nice old vintage watch that can act as a dress watch. And I'd love to know if you guys have had a similar experience where you've changed the context in which you've used a watch, or maybe you questioned the purpose of a watch, or whether it was going to be in your collection for any length of time. So guys, if you want to see previous videos or articles, jump over to barkandjack.com, jump over to barkandjack.shop if you want to check out our NATO straps and leather straps. Check me out on Instagram at barkandjack. Hit that subscribe button down the bottom if you haven't done so already, and the thumbs up button if you like the video. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care.